All right. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another session with the Market Trader. Um, I have the risk disclosure up, so we'll go ahead and get started. So again, just to remind everyone that the content that's about to be shared, published, and distributed by the Market Trader and its affiliates is to be treated as general information only. None of the information provided by the company or contained herein is intended as investment advice, offer to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any security, company, or fund. Testimonials that appear on the website may not be representative of other clients or customers and is not a guarantee of future success. Again, use of this information contained is to be used at your own risk, and the company, its partners, representatives, agents, employees, and contractors assume no responsibility or liability for any use or misuse of such information. We all understand that future trading does carry a fair amount of risk. It's not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more of their investment capital. Only risk capital money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security should be used when trading. And again, nothing contained herein is a solicitation to buy, sell futures, options, or forex. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Good morning, Keith. All right. So now that we've gotten the news out of not the news, but the risk disclosure out of the way, let's go ahead and move into the news. Okay, so let's go ahead and find my news portal here. Okay, so we're just going to kind of take a quick look, see what news we have. We have already a number of news events that have taken place here. Okay, so we have the PMI or PPI year over year, both month over month, core PPI year over year, month over month, all report. Okay, already. Okay, and looks like they all came in slightly below forecast. Okay. We have Fed member Schmidt speaking here at 10 a.m. We have a Secretary of State speaking on the state of speaking, U.S. Secretary of State speaking at 10 a.m. And then we have some sort of EIA. I'm not sure exactly what STEO report means. Let's take a look at the future here. This is our normal EIA for crude oil. It sure looks like it. Okay. Oh no, there's crude oil inventories that's coming in tomorrow. So I'm not sure exactly what STEO report, but it's an inventory report of some sort coming in at noon Eastern time. And then we have a Fed member speaking, Williams, coming in at about 3 p.m. Eastern time, just an hour before the close of the markets here. Okay. So most of the news, I would say that could have a strong impact on the markets has already been introduced to the market here. So, sorry, a little frog in my throat here, guys. Let me take a sip of water. All right. Hopefully that's a little bit better. It sounds like. Okay. All right. So now that we got the news out of the way, let's go ahead and start taking a look at the markets here. And I'll go ahead and open up my charting platform here and kind of looking at the ES before the session here. But we're going to go ahead and move that on to the gold market. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and just start off with kind of like a top down multi time frame analysis of the markets here. So I'm going to turn off some of my indicators here to kind of make this a little bit, I guess, a visual piece of it more compelling here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and remove my one little drawing here. We're going to go ahead and start off with the daily chart. Okay. Daily chart. And here we are. We continue in this kind of consolidation pattern here. Okay. You can see here we are in this kind of massive, triangle pattern that I've kind of alluded to already a number of times, right? You can see here that we have the top end of the pattern here, and then we have the bottom end of the pattern. Okay, so we're about to make a move here. Okay, we're right coming close here to the apex of this triangle pattern. Okay, and just trying to get this to some. Okay, so we're coming into the start here. Okay, the apex of this candle pattern, this triangle pattern. Now, I may have mentioned this already once. I'll mention it again. Uh, Basically, I know. Okay, I know that the magnitude of this move is going to be of this order. Okay, at some point. Okay, what I cannot what I cannot tell you is whether that magnitude of the move is going to be to the downside. Okay, or whether it's going and take us down to say 2400, maybe beyond. Okay, or whether we're going to get a move that takes us up to say 3000. Okay, so it's going to be one or the other. Either it's going to go take us all the way up to 3000, or we're going to dive down to 2400. Okay, the question is in which direction. Okay, so like with any move outside of any sort of consolidation or trend line or channel or what have you, it always gives us a break. Okay, and then the retest. Okay, a break of whatever level that we're working with, and then a retest. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for the same in this market as well. Okay, so we seem to be in a consolidation pattern in an otherwise, kind of upward direction here. The question is now whether are we kind of stalling? Are we haven't made a new high here in some time in this market. We just have been hovering inside this consolidation pattern. Okay, so moving on to the 4-hour chart. Okay, 4-hour chart. Here we are looking at this. Okay, and we can see that we are inside that same consolidation pattern that we talked about in the daily of late. If we were just to look at this of late, right? Just looking at the more recent candles here, right? We seem to be in some sort of bearish structure to the downside. Okay, just looking at the more recent candles. So I would say that we have room, I guess, at least to the downside, to the edge of this triangle pattern. Okay. It does appear that we're in a little bit of a bearish structure here in the gold. Okay. So, but there's a little bit of indecision here around this area of prior resistance. Okay. So this area of prior resistance could act supportive here. Okay. So this area right here could act as an area of support, right? So it'll be interesting for me to see whether price is able to close inside or close below this level here, and that might cause price to accelerate down, or the opposite could be true, right? The opposite is that this area does serve as an area of support, and we end up moving higher from here. Okay, something along those lines. All right. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking at right now on the 4-hour chart. Moving down to the 30-minute chart. Here we are. We're kind of developing a little bit of support here. Okay, we've made an attempt to go lower, has been met with some buyers here. Okay, right. So it's difficult to say without any sort of close at either level, right? So a couple areas I'm going to kind of call out here. Okay, so this 2690 level, okay, that's an area of importance because it looked like it's serving as resistance. Okay, we have this level below us. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and draw it maybe a little bit lower here. Let's say I want to try to capture as many of these wicks as I can here, or bodies or wicks, just indications. So it's right around this 2677 level. Okay, that seems to be kind of an area that we're getting some sort of resistance at the moment. Now, if we do break below, well, like I said, then we can start to consider price heading potentially lower. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and open up the initial balance range here and see what kind of range. We have a relatively wide range, I guess, as a result of the PPI report that we received. We received today. So we have obviously some sellers here that presented themselves. Okay. And we have some buyers who presented themselves here around 2672, 2671 ish. Okay. So now the question is what direction is the market going to go? Well, if we're looking at what price has done of late, it appears that we want to head lower. But we also understand that we are coming into an area of demand, and that could provide an area for buyers to manage their risk and provide and offer them an opportunity to take maybe gold higher. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look here. It does seem like we're in a little bit of a range here in the gold market, right? We really didn't make much of an extension either direction here in gold, right? We got a small extension here in gold, and then we rallied. So it was kind of a failed auction to the downside, and we rallied close to basically the full range of initial balance. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile. We're going to take a little snapshot of where price is in relation to yesterday's pricing. And I suspect that we're inside some sort of value range or maybe slightly below. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and draw that in. And right now we're right up against just a hair below this value area low. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and extend that line across here. Okay. So you can see that we are below value. Okay. So below value indicates that maybe there is, more downside opportunity in this market. Okay. Now, if price begins to close inside value, okay, and we start to see that price is breaking above some structure, then maybe our market sentiment of late, which has been bearish, will turn bullish. Okay, but the fact that we have yet to make we're still a ways away here. Let me move here to the 15-minute chart and see what we got on the 50-minute candle. Okay, so a 50-minute candle did make an attempt here to close back inside value, and it was rejected. Okay, at least it's rejected so far. Okay, we have about 4 minutes for this candle to complete, and then we'll have to see whether this candle closes below value, again providing us maybe some evidence that value will be rejected and price will continue lower. Okay, that's kind of what it's appearing to be the case at the moment. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our price levels to this market. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add our price levels to this market here. There it is. Okay, so here are our price levels. All right, and then the next thing we're going to add to this chart here, we've already added the fixed range volume profile. I'm going to go ahead and add my anchored VWAP. I'd like tracking London, okay, just to get a sense. Do we still have sellers present? Okay. Well, we do have sellers very much present in this market. We're below our VWAPs, okay, both the anchored side that's associated with the London session, and then we have our regular daily VWAP, okay. Price is below all of these, okay. So right now, I would have to say that the market appears bearish, okay, that we're looking to potentially reject value and extend lower, okay, in this market. That's what it appears, okay. Now, this could obviously quickly change on us, right? If we start to get price, okay, if we start to get price, begin to close above this anchor VWAP and above our daily VWAP, then maybe we would probably need to change our view, our sentiment to a more bullish scenario. Okay. But right now, as long as price remains below, okay, as long as price remains below anchor VWAP and daily VWAP, my view will my view will continue to be on the bearish side. Okay. Okay. So again, so we're going to be watching this very carefully. Okay. We still have a couple of more 15-minute candles beyond the current one that need to be established to establish the initial balance range. And then once we have this initial balance range, then we can see where the market participants want to take the market, right? Right now, we're kind of, in my view, we're establishing the market, right? We're just kind of establishing the marketplace. Right now, the sellers have said, okay, well, we're willing to sell this at 26.87. Buyers are saying we're willing to buy this at 26.72. Okay. So right now we're on the lower end of things. So there seems to be a fair amount of momentum to the downside. Okay. I'm just gonna was gonna see if we can look at what the pressure is here. Okay. I don't have volume delta, so we'll go ahead and add volume delta here. But I suspect it's down. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, well it's mixed. Okay. So in any case, right now volume delta is really not telling us much in the way of direction of this of a move, right? We're kind of hovering right at that. So we seem to have an equal number of sellers and buyers on the market here. Okay. All right. So that's kind of what I'm right now. I'm kind of, I would say my view of the gold is to the bearish side. Okay. If price manages to get above, say, 26.82, then maybe my view will start to change, and that we start to look at things from more of a bullish lens. Okay. So I'm just going to go again. I'm just going to see maybe if there's a target to where this could potentially go here. Okay. So we've already reached the this 2672.2 is a reasonable target here for this this move that we made here. We got a small retracement and now we're back. So yeah, this could be an area where we could potentially reverse. Price could potentially reverse from these levels. But again, I'm going to wait for price to close back inside value before I really put any sort of capital behind that. Okay. Right now, it feels like that buyers are stepping into this market. Okay, around this level. Okay, they're finding it that maybe adding gold at 26.75 with a possibility of going up to 3,000 is not a bad call. Okay. All right, so that's kind of what I'm seeing in the gold market. Like I said, right now, my view will remain bearish as long as we stay below VWAP. Okay, my view will change to bullish if we start to creep above VWAP. Okay, my VWAPs are my line in the sand to determine whether I'm bearish or bullish. Okay, all right. Just going to pop in, see if there's any questions that people have on the gold. If not, we're going to go ahead and move on to the crude oil markets. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open up the crude oil. Okay, and take a look and see what crude oil is doing. So we market just opened on us. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start off with the 4-hour, the daily chart. Okay, and get a sense for what the market has been trying to accomplish. Well, the market of late has been trying to head higher. Okay, we've broken some structure here to the left-hand side. Okay, you see that we've broken some price structure here to the left-hand side. We came through it, came back and retested it, and off we went. Okay, so right now there's obviously a fair number of buyers here. Okay, looking to take this market to the upside. Okay, now the question is how far can this go? Well, we're again looking. We've already closed through some structure here as well. We're challenging. Okay, I guess the next potential stop for crude oil is this 80 level. Okay, 80 level seems to be a logical location based on what I'm seeing on the chart here. Okay, 80 seems to be a reasonable destination for this current move. Okay, and then if assuming we get above 80, then maybe we start to see, I think 80, 85 does not seem out of the question here. Okay, But first order of business, I would say 80 is a reasonable target from 78.32. Okay. At which point, once we reach 80, maybe we see a little bit of a pullback. Okay. So, so this is looking a little bit, okay, bullish at the moment. All right. 4-hour chart. Okay, so 4-hour chart, we're starting to see a little bit of starting to begin to see some overlapping in price. Okay, here of late. Okay, so we had a nice move to the upside, another push, but didn't really push as far as the prior candle. So we're starting to see a little bit of a rounding kind of top here potentially. Okay, in this market. Okay, which could lead to maybe a little bit of a retracement. Okay. Yeah, very nice push. Very nice push in crude oil. Okay. I would have to think for me, it seems like this would be kind of more a natural progression, right? It goes up to 80, and then from 80, it reverses back down. Okay. That seems to me kind of the more natural progression for me. Okay. Before we make any sort of move. But if we cannot make a new high, if we cannot get above 79, then 79 could serve as that reference level. And then that would be kind of our area where we could, potentially fade this current move. Okay. Right now, we seem to be kind of ranging a little bit. Okay. All right. Moving on to the 30-minute chart. It's more evident here now that we are ranging, right? This is our beginning of our London session over here. Okay. Right about this area here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw in my anchored VWAP. Okay, so there's my anchored VWAP here. And then our daily VWAP, you can see that price is below both of these levels. Okay, both of these levels, which could lead to further downside move. Okay, in this market, as long as price stays below our anchor VWAP and our daily VWAP, there's really no reason why price can't continue lower from here. Okay. Yes, down. Yeah. Yeah. As long as price remains below, then I don't see any reason why it can't go down. Okay. If we do start to get a breaks of price above initial balance high and above VWAP, then my view would change. Right now, we have kind of like 1, 2, 3 attempts at this level here. Okay. And each attempt, to go lower, okay, has been met with less buyers. Okay. This attempt attracted some buyers and we headed up, met with sellers again. The buyers came in, stepped in. We're not able to take it as high as it was before, until it was met with sellers again. Now, so buyers, it seems like the participants that want to buy this are not present in the market. Okay. Maybe they're waiting for better prices, lower. Okay. Maybe they're waiting for 77. I'm not sure. But I could see that the participants are not, the buyers do not seem to have the resources to create a long situation. Okay. In this market. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile. Let's go ahead and look at Monday here. Yeah. I would say that we would need to get a close, okay, to really kind of embrace this. I would say that we need to get a close below this level here, okay, to really embrace the shorts, okay. The fact that we are hanging around here and not making a new low could also build a case that maybe we are building a portfolio or a position here to potentially head higher. The problem is that I don't see enough evidence right now, right, to go for that move. Okay. I see that there is a little bit of nibbling going on here at these levels. Okay. Now, which could translate to further. So I don't see it as in a very nice channel here. This channel kind of has been broken. We're more of in a range. Okay. Well, I use Fibonacci. I just I like using Fibonacci when I'm in a trend. Okay. When I'm in a trend, when I'm in an obvious trend, then I like using Fibonacci more to establish. But in any case, So 30-minute chart, again, we're at this level of, kind of, I would say it's kind of acting as supportive. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that in green. Okay. For now. All right. We're going to go ahead and draw in our fixed range volume profile here. Let's do that. Let's locate the Monday bar here. All right. There it is. We'll go ahead and move this off to the close of Monday here. Okay, so there we are. There we have it. So again, similar kind of stance that we took in the gold. Okay, so price is below value. Okay, so as long as price it remains below value, then I would have to say that we are going to continue lower. Okay, all right. So yeah, I mean, if we wanted to do a little bit of a Fibonacci extension, okay, all right, we can take a look at this, right? This swing lower, okay, pull back, and this gives us some targets to where price could potentially go, okay, using Fibonacci extensions, okay, right? I didn't necessarily mean to do that, but I wanted to get rid of this bar here, okay. So see, these are some Fibonacci extensions that could lead to the destinations of the current move here. Okay, so 100% extension of this swing lower is 77.76. Okay, right? So this 77.76 could be a potential destination for this move. But right now, it seems to be acting supportive around 78.11. 78 seems to be an area of support in this market. Okay, so don't know whether this is going to act as support. Okay, or whether we're going to get a break and then we start to entertain maybe some lower levels that I've kind of identified here. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and add our levels here to this market. Okay. So here are our levels. Okay. We'll go ahead and add those levels here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add ADR here just to get a sense where ADR is at. So ADR, average daily range, has already been kind of reached. Okay. So again, this could be an area that could offer us a level for potential reversal, but I do need to see, and this is probably maybe where I would start to do some channels here. If I move to a 15-minute chart, I do see maybe that we have broken a channel here potentially to the upside. What I don't like is that we are entertaining or right back inside that channel. It looks like, okay. So if I do this, this would be a channel, okay. So if I do that, then I can see that we gotten a break of the channel to the upside, a retest of that same channel, okay. You can see that right here, right? Now the question is it going to have enough momentum here to stay above the channel and break price above, right, and get us back inside the value range, okay, right? So for me, the line in the sand is value, okay? So if I can get price to close back inside value, then I would be more inclined to take a long, okay? Right? Well, this is our fixed range volume profile. So this is from prior day, Ricky. Okay. I usually use the Anchor VWAP for the highs of London. Okay, so I like using London. If London makes a turn, then I like using London as my. So it varies, right? So wherever that little turn is, that's where I like to place my VWAP. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and add our levels to this chart. I thought I did before, but looks like I lost them. Okay, so here are our price reference levels that we'll be tracking in this market. Okay, so there they are. Okay, so right now, like I said before, as long as price remains below our value area, okay, that was created from the prior session, then I would say that the path of least resistance is lower. Okay, That path of least resistance is lower. Okay. So because price is below VWAP, price is below our anchor VWAP that I drew as of London. Okay. All right. So that's kind of my view of the crude oil. Okay. All right. Let's see, 15-minute chart. Yeah. So the 15-minute chart, really, this break of a channel didn't really offer us much in the way of opportunity to the upside. Notice how it stalled right at the edge of value low. And then it looks like sellers have kind of stepped back into this market. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to what everybody I think is more interested in understanding, and that is the NASDAQ. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at this NASDAQ chart. NASDAQ and see what NASDAQ has to offer here. Okay. All right. So there's the NASDAQ, I believe. Yes. All right. And we're just going to go ahead and start. We'll remove some of our indicators here. We'll remove some of our drawings, and we'll move this to a daily chart. Okay. Daily chart. And we'll just kind of, try to understand what direction does the market want to go. Okay. And so we're just going to go ahead and turn some of these off here, and we'll just take a look at this. Okay. So if I were to look at this, just these this series of candles, okay, right, you can see that we're making maybe lower lows and lower highs, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? So this is indicating what kind of direction? Well, for me, it's indicating that looks like the market wants to potentially head lower. Okay. Now, the question is, do I want to participate in a bearish market in an area where we might be seeing some support? Probably not, right? Probably not, right? We want to be in an area if we think the market is bearish, we want to participate in an area where we can manage our risk. Right here is probably not the area that I want to be super heavy on the shorts, because it almost feels like it's developing a little bit of a 3-bar reversal pattern. Okay. Now the problem here is that we won't get I guess evidence of that until the end of the session, okay, or the end of the day here, because we're looking at a daily chart. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the 4-hour chart and see if we get some more visibility here. Okay. So 4-hour chart, there's our 3-bar reversal that we were talking about. Okay. We have price has yet to really make any significant highs, I would say. Okay. We've really haven't broken any structure to the upside, in my humble opinion. All right. We've actually kind of remained in this kind of bearish tone. Now, with that said, yeah, we're definitely in a downtrend. Okay. So the question is, when is this downtrend going to resume? Okay. Well, an area that I would kind of throw out there maybe as a possibility would be this area right around here. Okay. This 21,250 area. Okay. This area seems to be a logical area that price could come up to and reverse away from. Okay. That would be a logical area for that to happen. Okay. Right. So just based on the most recent kind of push that we received to the downside. Okay. So 4-hour, we have some, kind of a little bit of bullish price action that we're seeing of late here. Like I said, we do see, okay, we do have, depending on how you want to draw this channel, okay, we do see that the channel broke to the upside. Okay. We can't ignore that. Right. So we understand that we are in bearish structure, but we also understand that price did break some bearish structure to the upside. Now, this area here that I mentioned, 21,200, is going to be an interesting level for me to understand whether the buyers have the resources to get through this level or not. Okay. So that's kind of what I'd be looking for. And that's also an area where this bearish move could potentially resume. Okay. But I'm not how we say, married to that, because I know that there's also the possibility that price could come up to the top end of this channel, okay, and then we can sell off, okay. So these are just a couple of areas, okay, a couple of areas where price could resume to the downside, okay, right, something like this, or we can come up to this area below, right, and reverse away from that, okay. That's kind of what I'm looking at right now, and that would be aligned with the bearish structure that we're seeing, okay. But if we start to break some structure, okay, we've already broken some price structure here, and we start to break some price structure above, then, well, we have to kind of reevaluate, right? We need to reevaluate whether we're starting to move into more bullish structure. Okay, certainly if we get above 21,800, okay, if we get above 21,800, then I would say that we come back to the highs, no doubt. Okay, right now we still are in bearish structure, and so that's going to have to how I'm going to have to treat the market. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open up my price levels here. Okay, so I'm just going to call out the levels that I'm going to be looking at in today's market. Here they are. Okay, we're going to go ahead and open up fixed range volume profile here, where for the start of what is this? Start of move this to the 30-minute chart here. I don't want, I'll need to move this here over here a little bit so I don't lose it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead 30 minutes here, and I lost it anyway. Okay, let's move that over here. Okay, so looking at the 30-minute chart, I'm going to get rid of this channel here for now. Not offering me much in the way of interest at the moment. Okay, I'll keep this channel. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open up an anchored VWAP here for the start of London. Okay, so you can see that price has gotten above London. All right, so price has gotten above London and above our daily chart. Okay, so are we starting to see maybe the bulls, coming into this market here a little bit? There was an attempt to make a new high, was rejected, but the buyers have not given up on that idea just yet, right? Price is now hovering above our anchor VWAP from London that I did at the start of London. Okay, let's go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile. Let's look at the start of the session on Monday, which right here, drag that across to the close of that day. Okay, and you can see that price remains above our area of value from yesterday, indicating that maybe there's some more upside to this market. Okay, we do understand that we are in an overall kind of bearish structure, but can we move? Can we have bullish moves inside a bearish, kind of channel? We can, right? Right. So right now, price is above value, price is above VWAP, price is above our daily VWAP. Okay. Really, the thing that really kind of is only holding me back here is I'm making a note here that we did get a rejection candle when we made an attempt to get above this. Okay. That doesn't mean that the buyers have, I guess, abandoned that idea, because we haven't made a new low either. Okay. So let's I don't know what happened to my, okay, well, let's add this back here. Okay, so there are our levels. There's our value area high. Okay, so right now, okay, so we're kind of, initial balance is probably going to help me determine which direction I'm going to take the market. I'm already seeing some evidence here that maybe that direction could potentially be bullish. Okay, because we are above value from yesterday. We are above the VWAPs from London and our daily VWAP. So this certainly a possibility that we can extend higher up into this 21,200 level, maybe to the as high as 21,400. Okay, it's not out of the question before we see any sort of major reversal back. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing in the NASDAQ, guys. So right now, I would say that it's probably looking a little bit bullish, okay, on the 30-minute chart, but in an overall kind of bearish kind of structure, right, on the higher time frame. Okay. So let's move on to the ES, since we're kind of coming up onto the open of the market here, and I don't want to interfere with those who plan on taking the opening range trades here. Okay. So we're gonna take a peek here at the daily and see what the daily is trying to accomplish. Okay, so we'll open this up. Yeah, ES is probably going to be very much like the NASDAQ, but we'll take a look at that anyway. Okay, so here we are. We're seeing some wicks. Again, we have this kind of developing three bar reversal pattern potentially in an otherwise, kind of bearish structure here, right? So again, we can draw this the same we've drawn before, right? This is kind of our bearish structure, but it looks like we're in an area of demand here. Do I want to be the one to sell on the bottom close to demand? No, right? If I'm going to be a seller of this market, I want to be closer to the highs here, right? That's where I can manage my risk, right? Those are the price levels that I want to be at, and that's around 6,000, right? 6,000 seems to be the logical level for me to want to participate in a potential short here. And I know I realize that's over 100 points away, but based on the daily chart, that's kind of the area that I'm looking at. Okay, 4-hour chart. Okay, 4-hour chart. Here we are. Okay, so we are we've broken some structure here to the upside. We have this kind of reverse hammer candle. We did take a peek below. That was met with some buyers. Okay, we have kind of a similar level here around. I'm gonna put a little box area here, kind of similar to what we saw in the NASDAQ. Okay, this area right here, I would expect to be somewhat resistant. Okay, to price, because price broke below it, was supportive, now becomes resistant. Okay, so this area could serve as an area for price to continue to the downside. Okay, I say could. Okay, nothing's absolute in the markets, right? Okay, we could get a continuation move from that point. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing on the 4-hour chart. Okay, moving on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. Here we are. Okay, so again, we have our daily VWAP. We're just going to kind of zoom in on the last set of candles here. We have our daily VWAP, right? Price is above that. I'm going to go ahead and draw my anchor VWAP here, okay, for the start of London. Okay, so let's look for the start of London, and the start of London was right around here. You can see that our anchor VWAP is in that same area. Price is above both of those. Okay, so giving us an indication, maybe there's a possibility that we head higher, okay, in this market. Okay, right? That's kind of what it's indicating right now. But we've been below VWAP, above VWAP. Okay, we're kind of in this kind of range, so we have to be careful. Okay, but that's kind of what I'm seeing right now. We're starting to see a little bit of bullish price action, and we see that the volume delta is aligned with this current move. That's my view. Okay, that's my view. My view is that we will go up to this area in red in ES before we see any sort of reversal in price. Okay, that is my view, Zunid. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and move on to the price. Add our price levels to this chart. Okay. Here are our price levels to this chart. I'm going to go ahead and add anchor VWAP to this as well. Not anchor VWAP, my fixed range volume profile. Okay, so I'm going to locate the start of, okay, drag this across to the close. And there we are. Okay, you can see that price is currently above, okay, currently above our value area high. Okay, so if price is above value, then we have to think more bulls, right? As long as price stays above value, we have to think that price is going to continue to the upside. Okay, the moment we get back inside value, then maybe this bearish kind of view that we had on the higher time frame is restored. Okay, all right. So that's kind of what I'm seeing in the markets, guys. There are my levels. Here are my current view is that we'll see further upside in this move. I think that 59.40, maybe as high as 59.60 could be an area where we might want to entertain and look for maybe a short in the market. Okay. That would align very much to the higher time frame. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I think that is well, let's take a quick peek here at the Dow, guys. Okay, let's take a quick peek because I do know that there are people out there who trade the Dow. All right. So similar kind of view here with the Dow. We'll go ahead and open up our hay stumps. We'll go ahead and open up the uh, fixed range volume profile on the Dow. Okay, so you can see that price. So all the equities seem to be aligned with that same view. Okay, it seems that there is a fair amount of interest to take the price higher. Okay, in this market, I'm looking over here to the left-hand side, and I do see that there is an area here that could serve as resistant to price. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do this here. Okay, right here. So that might be an area where we could see some around 42,800, maybe 42,900. That seems to be kind of an area here. I'm going to go ahead and open up my ADR levels here just so that you can see those. Just move this off to the right. Okay, there's my ADR levels. Happen to fall in that same area. Okay, so this 42,800 seems to be kind of that same level that we're looking at in the other markets as maybe a potential destination for this current move to the upside before we see any sort of significant move in direction. Okay. So as long as price stays above value, my view is that we'll continue to the upside. Okay. This seems like a reasonable target for the current move in the Dow. Okay. All right. I think that is it for me, guys. So I do see that we have maybe just a hair under 50% on the likes. So I would encourage folks here while we are in this kind of open to public kind of situation with the portal. Okay, I would encourage folks to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Okay, so that you'll be alerted of these kinds of sessions as they happen because they will eventually move back to this membership. Okay, which I'm about to kind of share here now. Just kind of talk through, folks, and make sure that people understand what the membership means and what that entails. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and locate that here. Okay, and I'll talk through that a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and close the session. Okay, so here is okay, so here is a link. Okay, let's see if I can find myself now. Okay, here is a link to the membership. Okay, all right. I'm going to go ahead and talk through the membership here a bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay. All right, let's do the membership here a little bit, a little advertising here at the end. Okay, it's gotten through everything that I wanted to get through and just wanted to kind of talk through the membership. Okay, so we have 3 different membership levels here, guys. We have the market. This is all around the portal. We have the Market Trader Starter Series, which is which will give you access to some of the recorded content that I have, the educational content, videos, and things of that nature. Okay. Then we have the Market Trader Plus series. Okay. Which basically allows you to access to everything that the starter provides, but then also allows you live, kind of ability to attend these kind of sessions, live analysis sessions with me. Okay. So you could ask any questions of me live. Okay. And then the last one, which I'm still kind of finding the time here to trade live. Okay. Is on a couple of days a week, hopefully for the New York session here, is that we will Market Trader Pro is basically where you are able to look over my shoulder and watch me kind of analyze and digest the markets and looking for opportunities. I'm hoping certainly the New York session, I've already kind of established a time frame for that on a weekly basis. So one to two times a week, you'll be able to access and review that with me. Okay. And then I'm hoping that I can open up an Asia session. Okay. Asia session is the best aligned with my time frame. Have a live Asia session where you get, again, I'm looking at the markets and trying to locate some opportunities for some executions. Okay, three levels of participation in engaging with me. Again, I would say that it's rather nominal given I think the opportunity that these things could provide you. Okay, so I have the link available there. Like I said, hoping that some of you will take advantage of that going forward, and we'll close with that, guys. So member only live streams is kind of what the Market Trader Pro series is about. Okay, all right, guys. So that's it for me. I'm going to go ahead and close off the session here, guys, and encourage everyone to trade safe, to trade well, to trade like a pro, and to be a market trader. All right, guys. Have a good day trading, and we'll talk soon.